Hello, I'm Jerry Long. The fact that you're taking a few moments with us makes you special. You could actually be credited with releasing dozens, maybe hundreds of evangelical gospel witnesses on our world in these critical days. I'm here to share about a brand new nonprofit corporation called 10,000 Witnesses and how a $1,000 contribution becomes $60,000 invested annually in global outreach. Yes, you heard me right. $1,000 contribution becomes on average $66,000 invested in evangelical outreach annually. I spent 43 years with the Wycliffe Bible Translators. And for many of those years, I traveled the world training and equipping missionaries to raise their monthly support at an accelerated pace. When I retired from Wycliffe in 2007, I started Kingdom Come Training. And since then, my wife, Lady Carol, and I, and our KCT team have equipped over 2,000 missionaries from over 200 evangelical mission agencies to achieve their full funding in a few months rather than a few years. We do it over live interactive video conferencing, which means they get the training and coaching from anywhere in the world without travel costs. Today, at any given time, there are about 20,000 evangelical believers who feel called into global outreach. Unfortunately, only about 4,000 of them will answer the call, and the rest will opt out due to the fear of raising their support. Today, it takes 2 to 4 years for a missionary family to achieve full funding, doing it on their own. Our trainees are doing it in about 6 months. So, why don't all missionaries take advantage of our training and coaching? Well, it's pretty simple. They're deterred by the cost. When somebody achieves full funding in 6 months, the cost is about $1,000 in training and coaching fees. One mission leader said, "I don't see how your fees could be any lower. And our people really want the training. But when I tell them the cost, they turn white." Only a small percentage can generate the hope and the courage to invest that kind of money in professional training and coaching. So this new nonprofit, 10,000 Witnesses, solves their problem by offering them a grant of up to $1,000 released to them once they're fully funded. They pay for their training and coaching up front so they have skin in the game, so to speak. But once they achieve full funding, they get it back in a grant. And that money is available to them for startup ministry costs. The average budget for a missionary family is $66,000 a year. A $1,000 grant then from 10,000 Witnesses encourages them, equips them, gives them the incentive to raise their full budget in record time. It fulfills the old adage, rather than give them a fish, teach them to fish. What this means is that thousands more faith ministry workers who probably wouldn't make it otherwise will be encouraged to answer their call and become gospel witnesses to our desperately needy world. I want you to meet Michael and Fawn Stevens. Michael is a helicopter pilot going to Indonesia. I asked them how long it took them to achieve their full funding after their training and coaching.
8 weeks, maybe.
Wow. Now, were you raising your full support, or was it just a certain percentage? What did you have a percentage before you started?
We did. We started at about 35% when we began the training, the course. And when we finished the course, we were closer to 45%. And then within 6 weeks, we were at 90%.
Wow.
So we went through a process of struggle to a process of understanding what we're doing, and it made it so much easier.
Yeah, right. So how long did it take you to achieve that first 35% before you got into the training?
6 months.
Oh, all right. So 8 weeks to finish off the last 65%, if my calculation is right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also recently caught up with Dustin and Nancy Stevens, now serving with Global Partners in Haiti. So I wanted to know from you, first of all, on the training side, what did the KCT training mean for you and getting you started in partnership ministry there?
Yeah, I think that the training was super important because everyone who's called to ministry has these wonderful stories of how God has worked in their lives and how he's led us to the place that they are, and they're passionate about it. But it's hard because you could take 3 hours to sit down with someone and share your heart and share all these stories, but most people don't have that amount of time. So to learn how to share stories in a short amount of time, in an order that really helps and gets your point across, that's huge. That is huge.
So do you have a sense for what percentage of the people that you talked to actually partnered with you financially?
Oh, wow. That's I don't think we have an exact percentage, but I think if we were guessing, it'd be probably well over 90%.
Wow.
I would say right. 90.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And then the coaching part, what did that contribute as you went through the process?
Personally, for me, and I think I can speak for both of us when I say this, this was one of the biggest things for me. As a man, accountability is everything, and in marriages, accountability is everything. And to have this in just another aspect of our lives, having that accountability of somebody coming to you every single week saying, "Hey, how far did you get? What'd you do this week?" It kind of pushes you to be like, "Oh, we need to make that 1 or 2 or 3 more meetings to make sure we don't make her mad." So it was a tremendous asset to us to be able to know that we're going to talk to her every week and have that accountability.
Yeah. Wow. So I'd like to hear about that moment you first learned, got the news that you were fully funded. How did you celebrate that?
After we realized our hearts were still beating after we got the news, I think I was sitting on the couch at Nancy's parents' house with her and her parents there. Got the email and looked at it, and we thought they sent the email to the wrong person. We didn't know, surely they didn't send this to us, but we saw it, and it was just one of those moments where it had to take a good 5 or 10 minutes to sink in. I don't know if it's all sunk in yet, but
we're here and it still hasn't sunk in.
Yeah. Well, listen, I so appreciate you coming all the way from Haiti to share that with us, and blessings on you guys, your ministry, as you work on the language there. We just pray the best for you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
When the Apostle Paul wrote his thank you letter to the Philippian church, he told them, "It's not that I seek the gift, but I seek that which will be credited to your account." And I'd like for you to prayerfully consider an investment in global outreach that will multiply itself into eternity to your credit and impact the nations for Christ. Thank you for listening.